Hey everybody, it's Full Gear Day. AEW Full Gear 2023 is upon us in just several hours here from Los Angeles. I'm
Hmm.
with Luis Ruiz. We're going to predict who we think is going to uh, win the big matches. It's a stacked card. It's kind of gotten better as the weeks have gone on, and there are some major story points to play out. But the first thing I want to ask Luis is Tony Khan has announced that there will be a big signing announced tonight. I'm going Will Ospreay is going to be the announcement. I know that's not going to make you happy, but
No,
I think it's Will. Who do you
yeah,
think is the big AEW signing?
that's the thing is that everyone is saying Will, and I keep seeing stuff. People, it could just be people trying to play devil's advocate, but I keep seeing people saying that his contract isn't up yet, and it can't be him. So I don't know, if it's not him. The thing is that if it's not him, then it's a little he's promoting it a little too much for someone who probably isn't as good as he's making it seem. But I feel like it has like the way he's saying respected by AEW, everyone that loves AEW. I feel like it has to be him. I mean, there's no unless it's Mercedes Monet, who I heard it definitely isn't.
I mean, quite frankly, you know that I'm the huge Mercedes Moné Sasha Banks. Like, I think she's
Yeah,
the greatest, but I don't think that's happening. That's
yeah.
just that's my thought. Who else could it be?
I heard. I know.
I'm just worried along the lines of your statement last time
Yeah,
on all elderly wrestling. It would be somebody
like Goldberg.
like Goldberg, which is
Yeah,
what some people are saying.
yeah. People are saying Goldberg that it might be him.
How would you feel if it's Bill, his friend Bill?
Yeah, I don't. It's. I don't know. I just feel like it's no one because you remember it's like no one from WWE, so it has to be someone that's not. You know what I mean? Or it could be MJF extending if he shocks us. He says, "All right, we extended MJF."
I mean, we're going to get into this in a minute, but this is the whole show is stacked for MJF. Like he is the star of AEW. Like they're giving him everything
Yeah.
to make him stay to show. That's what I see.
And he even did another podcast interview the other day with Sports Illustrated and said I like a lot of things about AEW and a lot of things about WWE, so we'll see what happens.
And you still want him to
Yeah,
bounce.
I mean if you're smart.
Okay, well, we the other big thing that I believe is going to happen tonight, and then we're going to get into the matches and get your predictions, is they have to reveal who's in the double mask. It has
Mhm.
to come out tonight.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Who do you think it is?
I'm really struggling with this. Is it Adam Cole?
I don't think so. I don't
Like
think he's gonna do it.
I don't think he's
No, I think he's legit hurt.
oh, he's legit hurt. But maybe they would just kind of have him in a man. Like I don't know, like from remotely pulling them out, but who do you think it could be?
I really don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't know. Because I did see on Fightful, they said the people that are in the Devil's Max on the TV are the people are actually the person that it is. Like sometimes they do like stand-ins for like stuff without a mask,
They're
but
saying it is the
they're
person.
saying it's actually the person. So like people are trying to see like based off body type and the way the face is structured, no one really knows who it could be.
It wouldn't be Wardlow, right? Because
Yeah,
he's too
and
big.
he's too small. The guy's like too skinny for him. Is Ziggler? But like, do people would people care?
Do you, but it's got to be something.
Ali? The only one I saw is Ali. Everyone thinks it's
Oh,
Ali.
I just don't think it's anybody outside of AEW already. I think it's got to be somebody there
Yeah,
that would be like, oh my God. So it's either Adam Cole, who's like remoting in from his, home with a
yeah.
mask on, or why are we not figuring this out? And do you think it's MJF?
That's what people are saying. I don't. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, that would be funny because that would be a pretty good way to get him back to how it used to be.
Right. Okay. So it's the way this is stacked is on 0 hour. We've got MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Guns for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. I don't know if you saw last night that
Mhm.
Samoa made the save as
Yeah,
he's getting a beat down from Jay White and the Gun Club. I don't. really like this MJF Samoa Joe team. It's
Yeah.
kind of stupid.
I just think it's dumb after having that whole, you know what I mean, that whole thing. It's like now he's gonna come out.
And then he has to get it now. MJF has to give him a title shot for being his partner. But we've already seen MJF and Samoa Joe.
And not even that. I just hate when they do that because it's like, all right, so obviously Jay White's not winning today. You know what I mean?
Do you think Jay White's winning? Well, we can't get there, but I didn't like that. Then they made another match last night for a 0 hour to get people to buy the pay-per-view, which was Claudio Castagnoli and Buddy Matthews. I think Buddy Matthews is wasted.
I 100% agree.
And wasn't he wasted in WWE too?
Yeah,
No,
it seems like he's just wasted. Yeah.
Why is he wasted in?
I feel like he's one of those guys that I feel like is just so hard to book because like he's really good in the ring, but he's not that great on the mic. So it's like he has to be in a group, but like then he's only fighting trios matches every single time. He's not doing singles, and it's like
Now he's in a singles.
yeah, it's kind of hard. That's the one thing where like I want like out of that group, I want Aleister Black or Malachi Black to be doing more singles stuff, but it seems like Buddy struggles with that. But he's great in the ring. I just feel like storyline wise, it's hard for him to, you know.
Who is he married to?
He's married to Ray Ripley.
That's right.
Yeah, and then
I mean, you see, I would like bring him back to Judgment Day.
He would be perfect. He would be perfect.
I was just going to say to you, it's so funny because you don't think of Rhea with Buddy.
No.
But why can't they bring him back to WWE?
I know that I think with Triple H there, he would be more inclined to coming back because I know he had a bad falling out with them. Like he didn't like the way it ended. But that would be pretty cool. Him and Judgment Day. He already plays that dark kind of character, which is pretty cool. So
I wonder if they like being. I don't know if they've never shared a story or anything together, Rhea and Buddy.
Like right? they're like public on like Twitter and stuff, but like because Buddy's always tweeting at Dom like saying like to like as jokes to like get away from her.
Tom to get away from her.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I think it's really interesting that Idolo is married to Charlotte, and
then you never
and they're like all in the upper.
And Malachi Black's married to Zelina Vega. Yeah, they're married too.
What?
Yeah, that's the one that people don't even know. They've been married for a while.
My mouth is dropping. Yeah. Like, when did you find? I didn't know that at all.
They've been together for a while since they were in WWE.
So the only ones that are really, and then we've got Becky and Seth. So it's clear that if you go wrestle, you may meet the man or woman of your dreams.
I guess you're thinking about that's the only person that like has your same schedule. So it's like how can you date anyone else
or understands it? Let me just say understands it. It's such
like imagine being with someone and you see them once a week, basically. It's like
it's such a bizarre lifestyle. It really is, because being on the road, you've got your suitcase, you're traveling from city to city, you're not really anywhere for a week at a time. You're not home, you're traveling. So
it's not ideal.
Well, I am just shocked about you. Just stunned me. Zelina Vega is married to
Aleister Black.
My God. Okay, so who's gonna win? Who do you have for MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Guns for the?
I have MJF. And I think they're still gonna win.
Right. So MJF's gonna hold on to that belt. So then
that's what I think.
Buddy Matthews and Claudio, they're going to go with Claudio. They're going to make Buddy lose again.
I would assume so. I have Claudio for that one.
I have Claudio, and he's another one I don't think is good on the mic.
I was going to say they're both getting misused a little bit, I think.
Bad on the mic. All right. Now, AEW World Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. The Young Bucks versus Golden Jets. I can't believe we've got Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho as Golden Jets and Young Bucks. And I hear Young Bucks are the heels on this match. So where do you go with this?
I think this is one of the ones that are pretty up in the air. I have the Golden Jets winning this one. I think personally because I think Kenny Omega he's been losing like nonstop. So I think that they're gonna have them win because I think the Young Bucks have had way too many tag team runs that they need to. I think it'd be pretty funny and cool to have Omega and Jericho win this one.
Let me ask you this. When we talk about all elderly wrestling and you look at Chris Jericho, do you think Chris Jericho is not in that group?
The only reason I mean I do, but the only reason I don't really not that much is because he's at least he's like full. He's been full time for a while. But he's because he's not that smooth in the ring anymore. So it's like it's hard to watch him in the ring. But I give him props because he could easily be done and he's not. So you know
Right. And I was just going to say with Young Bucks and Kenny and Chris, those are really four of the main behind the scenes guys at
yeah.
AEW. I mean, isn't Kenny the Young Bucks the EVPs and then Chris is really
And
involved
then it was literally them and Cody. That's
and
who
Cody.
basically started everything. So
Cody. Did you first love Cody over at AEW or back at the day at WWE? Like, where did your
I
love
I
Cody?
really liked I loved I have it's funny because I found it the other day. I used to have a lot of his action figures and stuff when he was like first like there like dashing and all that. And then obviously when he was Stardust it was kind of whack. But then when he left, when he left, I was still like at an age where I didn't like watch other promotions because it was like I can't afford to watch New Japan and social media like wasn't like a big thing at that time yet. Like it wasn't like that huge. So I used to see occasionally he was like bouncing around and stuff. And then when he announced AEW, that's when I started watching because I was like, all right, I really like Cody, so I'm gonna watch anyway. And then obviously I've always liked WWE, so I was like, all right, I didn't think he'd ever come back. So I was like, that's why I'll keep watching AEW. And then once Cody left, that's when I really started fading away from AEW. I started like not really caring for it because I just didn't really care at that point because I just didn't like at the time because I think right now they're way more like getting into storylines and doing better with that and more diverse roster. But at the time, it was a very small roster, so it was like
Yeah, and
a
I think
few
you make a
people.
really yes. And to your point, we've had discussions over our episodes about AEW lacking in story. I do feel with going into Full Gear, some of these are a little more built up.
Like the devil thing is cool and all
And
that stuff.
Hangman and Swerve have a
Yeah,
story which I thought is good, and I thought, um, yeah, and I think Orange and John Moxley, which we'll get into. But anyways, okay, so we're going Golden Jets. I
is that who
think
you think? You think so
yeah,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's if it's the Young Bucks again, then we've seen that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I'm. That's why I chose
that's where
that.
I'm at.
Yeah.
Although remember, they're going to be going up against if it's MJF and Samoa Joe, who is it? And I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we'll worry about it if that
we'll worry
happens.
about it later. Okay, so the TBS Championship three-way match for the women: Chris Statlander, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. I think Julia Hart has been on a roll. But are
Hmm.
they going to take it away from Chris Statlander? I don't see Sky Blue getting this.
I I personally as a fan, I like Sky Blue. I think she's pretty good. But I think Statlander retains this one. I think it's too soon for her to give it up, and she's really good in the ring. So I think she keeps it. I don't think that one's gonna switch hands.
I'm going to agree, and I'm going to go with Chris Statlander. I think she's too good. Um, but Julia Hart's Monroe, Sky Blue. You like Sky Blue?
I think she's okay. She's like one of those where it's like you root for her, but she's like not the greatest. But it's like you want to see her win. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
we've
like
got
when Carmella won the Money in the Bank. It's like everyone wanted her to win, but she's not the greatest, but she's cool to watch in the ring. So it's like you know
yes. Okay, Texas Death Match: Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland.
this
I want to
this one,
say,
yeah.
Hangman did a good promo
And I think this is one's gonna be one of the best matches of the card.
because they're
I
both
love
good wrestlers.
I love those death matches and they're both awesome. And like we said before, I think Swerve is one of the only people to go to AEW or leave the company and get skyrocket because he's a star and it's awesome to watch.
I was wondering, do you think they're gonna give? I mean, ultimately,
I
if Swerve stays, he should actually become the champ.
I have Swerve winning this one.
I did too.
Yeah, I think I've seen Adam win these a lot, so I think Swerve deserves it.
But does Adam? I feel like Adam I liked Adam when he was the champ, and I feel like he's never had a good run since then.
Hmm.
He
Yeah, yeah.
loses, and he's kind of so
He's like stuck in the middle that they can't figure out what
stuck.
to do. Yeah.
He's stuck. I see Swerve and Prince Nana interfere.
He is the best entrance of in AEW.
Anybody,
I don't care.
anybody, and um, the Texas Death Match. They what go all they it's all everything they can use against each other.
Yeah, it's like all over the barbed wire, the
So
blood.
I'm assuming. Let's just call it here. Lots of blood in this match because we know AEW.
Yeah.
This will be the
John
first.
Moxley's gonna show up and cut
Not
himself.
probably gonna bleed, anyways. Okay.
He's mad. He's mad that he's not in this match.
He's really upset. He's gonna show up
Yeah.
and stick things in his head. I think there's something wrong with him. Yeah, I think, but I remember them saying, I mean, it'd be great because they were saying Swerve could be the first black champ.
Hmm.
But I just think he's such a good wrestler. He's gone.
I think he should be up there. I think he should start moving up into that conversation.
And then would you move him over to WWE?
Who, Swerve or Adam?
Or
I don't think he'd go back.
did they fire him?
I think that was like when they cut it when they released everybody like during COVID or not during COVID. But I think no, yeah, I think it was during COVID. I think he was part of that one when they released like Samoa Joe and all those people.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Samoa Joe. Sorry, Samoa. I just never been. AEW, this is a ridiculous. I don't get this. AEW
It's like everyone who doesn't have a match, put them in here.
I got such a headache last night watching them all beat each other up. Okay. Ricky Starks and Big Bill, which I think is the stupidest tag team, versus FTR versus Kings of the Black Throne versus La Facción Ingobernable with Roosh and Drastico. So it's not FTR again.
Mm-mm.
So I see Big Bill and Starks retaining.
I think that or I'll give you a straight up prediction. I think Black and King are gonna win it.
So is Kings of the Black Throne a new name because now they're not?
Buddy Matthews isn't there, so it's just
Did
them
they
two.
break them up?
I don't think so. I think they're just not. I think they're doing more singles together.
Buddy is now doing singles, and these guys
Yeah,
are going to be a tag team instead of a trios.
yeah. I think they're gonna take it off of Ricky and Big Bill.
I'd be happy if they took it. I don't get the Ricky Big Bill. I think Starks is amazing, but I mean, a Big Bill, I don't know. Do you like that?
Not really. I kind of want the Black Throne to win, so that's kind of why I'm rooting for them.
I'd be good with the Kings of the Black Throne winning if Zelina Vega comes running out and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
interferes and screws Ricky and Big Bill.
I think this match will have a couple interferences, whether it's like I don't know who it's gonna be, but I think this is gonna be not clean.
It's not going to be clean. There may be blood, and I also think it's going to be hard to follow.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
This is
when
the
they
match
go,
order too. I'm pretty sure the one that we're reading. So
what'd you say?
I'm pretty sure this is the match order too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the match order.
yeah,
Um, and are you still wanting Starks to go to WWE?
yeah. I think he still should. I think he's perfect for it. I think if he's smart, he definitely would consider it at least.
Okay. This is upsetting to me. You know, International Championship, Orange is my favorite. I'm all Orange Cassidy for this and John Moxley, but I have a bad feeling because of how this played out. John Moxley had won the title. They took it off Orange. John got hurt. It went to what's his name?
Yeah,
No. Was it Penta or the other guy? Phoenix, Ray Phoenix.
Ray
Sorry.
Phoenix. Yeah,
Sorry, guys. Ray Phoenix won. Then there was that mess up with John Moxley. So he loses the title that they had planned for him to win. Then they take it off Ray Phoenix and give it back to Orange. And now Orange has this weird storyline where I'm like, is he going to turn heel? Like, he's like obsessed with this belt now all of a sudden, which he never was. He was usually like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
I
Now
have
he's like obsessed with the belt.
I have Moxley winning this one. just because I think that's the whole plan was for him to be the champion. So it's like, yeah, I'm not.
Where does Orange go? What do you do with Orange?
Maybe you do have him turn heel and be bad orange or rotten orange, whatever they were
A
saying on
rotten
Twitter.
orange?
That's what they're saying on Twitter.
Are they?
They're saying he's gonna be rotten.
See, this is what I've been feeling. There's going to
Yeah,
be a heel turn with Orange.
I would think that's definitely a possibility.
So does John Moxley have to have a title because he's like the flagship guy?
I guess yeah, he just needs more. I think that's what they were saying. He's like their face and one of their guys, so they want him with gold.
Okay, well, I see lots of blood happening here.
Oh no, for sure. This match will be soaked in blood, which Cassidy just started doing.
I couldn't believe that. Can I ask you about that? Orange Cassidy was such a great clean. Now all of a sudden he's blading.
Maybe that's like his way of like slowly showing that he's turning heel.
But I couldn't even believe he'd be willing to do it. I never thought Orange would be willing to go
Yeah,
there. What do you think is going on
because
there?
we had just been talking about how he never did, and now he
No,
does.
yeah.
So it's weird. Moxley got into him. He's like, "Yo, you need to cut with me."
I'm gonna be very upset. I just think Orange is like the best.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Not like you don't like Orange either.
No, I do. I think he's great. I think he should go to WWE too.
Would they let him there? Would they take someone
Well,
as
that kind of like characters, that's what they do. They love that stuff. That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Would they
Yeah.
allow someone who is not as big and built as Orange
Yeah,
Cassidy?
see, I guess
That's
that's
my
true.
problem.
He would look like
I
a
would
midget next to everyone
be
else.
a midget,
Yeah, that's true.
but he'd be
He,
great
yeah,
there.
no, he'd be awesome. I think he's great. Everyone he is in those types of matches.
And I really love that him and Kris Statlander are friends, but that's a whole other thing. Okay. I'm not going to be happy. I know you're right. John Moxley's going to win,
Yeah, I think so.
but I don't think John Moxley's half as
If
good
he
as
doesn't, I'll be surprised.
it's not. He'll win with
Yeah,
interference from Blackpool Combat Club.
yeah.
Okay, AEW World Championship Women, Hikaru, Shida, and Toni Storm. It's got to be Timeless Toni Storm
I
in
want
LA.
Toni Storm to win so bad.
Is she not the best? I'm sorry.
No, she's awesome.
So I was listening, you guys, to the AEW media call, which I received yesterday, the audio. And one of the questions was asked to Tony Khan about Timeless Toni Storm. And he said that he worked with her, that they had this idea a while ago, and that they kept refining it. He said it was something that was in the works a while ago and that she's just run with it and been amazing, but they actually had it planned. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, they always like to say that, but we'll see if that's actually true. But I I think it's great what
The
she's doing.
funniest gimmick I
Yeah,
have ever seen,
yeah,
and it's
and
got
it
to be done.
works too.
And she's great, and she's a legit wrestler, and she's in Hollywood tonight. So they got to be Timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah, I think that if they're smart, they let her get her moment finally.
And I don't. I'm sorry to say, I'm very bored with Shida.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
wasn't. Yeah, I don't really care. I think she's good, but it's like I think the character means more here, and I think you have to go to Tony.
Okay. In terms of all elderly wrestling, we have Sting, Darby Allin,
Match.
and Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. Now, talk to me about how do you think? Now, this is going to be Sting's final appearance in LA, supposedly. What's going to happen between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage in this match?
Yeah, I have Adam Copeland turning on the Sting and Darby Allin.
I do too.
Yeah, I think he wants to be like a heel again, and I think that's smart. I think it's smarter than having Christian turn face. I think you have Adam turn heel, and they do a little tag team run for a little bit.
I think that's the ticket.
You have to.
So you see Adam screwing Sting and Darby, so therefore
Yeah.
Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne win.
Yeah.
Adam joins forces with Christian.
Even if it's not even before the match, even if they lose, like they have Christian and them win clean, and then Edge like beats up Sting and stuff, or beats up
Turns on them. Right.
like right after the match.
Now remember one other aspect, Ric Flair will be there.
Yeah,
Sting's
Edge is gonna spear him too.
right because he wants to take bumps.
He's
How do you
clear.
feel about Ric Flair being in this? You're
I
no,
don't care. It's like doesn't mean anything. It's not even like part of the storyline, honestly, to me. I feel like it's so stupid.
and you don't think Ric Flair will turn on Sting?
Can he turn at all? Can he move?
I hear the plan was as they get eventually he'll turn on Sting. But do we hear
Which will probably happen.
right? But you're kind of like,
Do you think Sting's last match is gonna be against Darby Allin, or are they gonna do like a bigger, because people are saying it should be Darby Allin since they've never turned on each other, never did anything. It should be like a send off for for Sting.
if they don't do something good for Sting, I'm going to be really upset. As you all know, he's my favorite.
I just wonder who they're gonna do as his last match.
I mean, I just feel that he always gets the short end of the shaft. Like he doesn't get any good send offs. He's never, they just throw him in
He's also like
stuff.
not like underrated, but like when you talk about the best workers, no one really talks about him ever. Really,
I don't understand. To me, in all the years I've watched, the greatest thing that I loved more than anything was Sting in the Rafters, Crow Sting on WCW with
yeah.
the baseball bat and the long hair. Like it was amazing. He's been amazing. And I just feel for some reason the last 10 years between going to WWE and going here, nobody did anything with him.
Yeah,
I understand he can't move and he's old. I get that.
I did like that he got those few title matches. I just hated that, like, he should have never lost to Triple H the first year he was in WWE. It made no sense. It was honestly like a screw you to WCW. That's like what they basically did to him, and he talks about that. So
It was such a screw you.
yeah, it wasn't cool.
You bring in Sting.
Even like, I'm sure you remember the iconic line that Vince told Michael Cole to say, like, "Oh, this is what WrestleMania really looks like," or whatever. It was corny.
I just feel like that's how they were in WWE, a vendetta, vindictive.
Yeah, and it's not how it is anymore,
That's not how it is, which is
yeah.
great. I'm happy it's not like that. But how could you bring Sting in and kibosh the whole thing and just be like, that's it? Like it was bad.
Yeah, I thought
So
it wasn't good, and that's why I hope he gets a good send off here. But yeah, I have Adam turning on
I do
his
too.
team for the
I do
Christian
too.
win.
Is there blood in this match?
I don't think so. I think this one stays clean.
Okay. In the main event, MJF versus Jay White. Now, I just want to say before we discuss this, you were very excited originally that Jay White was coming to AEW. He's one
Yeah.
of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Is this a chance to elevate him in AEW, or like what's the point of this? It doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
See, like the thing is that I honestly had a feeling for a little bit that it was going to be Jay White that wins this match. Because I
I
don't,
did too.
I wouldn't be. I mean, if you think about it, I don't. We'll see if it's really true or not. If he hasn't resigned, or if he has resigned, or anything. But like, if he hasn't resigned, you got to start like, thinking about taking the championship off him if he's not going to resign. You know what I mean? So that's also what I was thinking of, because it's very soon. So do I think it's today? Probably not. I think MJF is going to win, but I definitely think Jay White could be the one to beat him.
Well, here's the problem. Tell me how this is going to go down. This is what I see. There's going to be tons of interference from the Gun Club.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Juice and the Guns. Then you've got some other supposed faction with who's the beating up who and who's got the devil mask. That's got to become part of this somehow.
Yeah.
Or it's revealed the guys are is it the gun? It wasn't the Gun Club though. I thought it was.
No, it's not.
And the Acclaim got thrown in. Now, what about they're not even on here.
No. Supposedly, yeah, for now.
Are they involved in this? Like, I don't know.
No, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of. I'm excited for, because I think it's gonna be really cool. But we'll see who.
This to me is going to have. This has to have a big payoff.
Yeah,
it has to have the devil mask, the beating up. Like it's whatever happens, it's not going to be clean.
I think the devil mask is gonna help MJF win, and then they're gonna take it off and show who it is. That's what I think. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Right. Instead of it being the reverse.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come out and end up helping MJF win, and then either that's
Adam.
gonna be like MJF turning heel or them turning face. I don't know, like one of the like I don't know what it would technically be, but like I guess like it would be MJF being heel again because it's just to like swerve everybody. It's like all right, we expect them
You
to
don't
come
think
out.
Adam Cole could show up as long as he's not wrestling and just like stand there up
I have
against
no
someone?
idea. I don't know how serious it was, so I'm not sure. Like I don't know where he's at,
He
so
had
I'm not.
surgery.
Yeah,
You don't
but
think Adam Cole plays into this at all?
I just don't see. I feel like I don't even know if he can move. That's why it's like I don't even know if they're gonna do that.
I'm just surprised at us. I know we're not thinking of something. I feel like they're duping us and we're not figuring it out.
Like, I mean, like I was looking up the
Are there,
other day.
what are the guesses? Who are people
Yeah,
saying?
like they have like betting odds.
What are the betting odds?
It says so right now the favorite is MJF. The favorite is himself, like you said. Yeah,
What
that's what the favorite.
what else do you think? Is there
It
another?
says it's a bit of a long. This is on Bleacher Report. It says a bit of a long shot. Some fans believe it could be Britt Baker, which would be
Oh,
kind of cool.
wait a minute. That's pretty brilliant because she's been nowhere.
And that's Adam Cole, obviously, his wife.
Right. So would Britt Baker be helping or against? Helping. Maybe not.
Probably not, right? Yeah, probably that'll be beating up.
Britt Baker, if it's a woman, that would be pretty brilliant.
You think? You think there's any chance to CM Punk? Everyone
Oh,
keeps.
wait,
Everyone keeps.
wait, wait. No, I think it could be Jack Perry.
Well, that's what I that's what
I
I'm
originally
starting
said
to.
Jack Perry
Yeah,
because that would fit. He's not a big guy. We haven't seen him.
it could be Jack Perry, and
I
that would
think
be
it could
smart.
be Jack Perry because we have not seen him. He was suspended.
I mean, it kind of has to be, right? I mean, like,
I would have to be Jack Perry. Okay, so what are they saying? I'm dying. This is great.
yeah, those are, and then they have
MJF, Britt
David Finn,
Baker.
David Finley.
Okay.
It says due to according to Fightful, one name that can be crossed out 100% is CM Punk. It says unless it is a giant work on the EVP's top talent, people that are actually involved in the storyline, it is definitely not him. Unless it is many of those same people who have also said Britt Baker is not lying. She is also not the devil. It says according to Stab, the wrestler is currently under the mask.
Are we, do you honestly think, could it be Punk?
No, I can't. I still think he's gonna be in the. I think it's. I still think it's a shot he shows up in Survivor Series. I still think there is. I think that there's an outside chance they get something done like last second and he shows up. Because the thing with that is that like obviously Fightful keeps saying how they don't think he's gonna be there, all this stuff. I know that it doesn't really happen anymore, but I feel like if you're smart and you're WWE, I feel like this is the one where they would be like, no, he's not gonna be here, and he is. You know what I mean? I think they really want this. If he was gonna be there anywhere, I don't think we're gonna know. I don't think there's gonna be any rumors or
Well,
anything.
you do have a really good point. She is in Chicago. He lives there. He's
Yeah,
from there. Who knows? It could be a
yeah.
last minute like show up.
Yeah, like the Rock was like, yeah, I called WWE and was like, I'm going. So like, I feel like he can just be like, if they're smart and he calls them on freaking Friday, and he's like, hey, I want to show up to end your show. I'm sure they can figure something out.
Jeff Pastor is with us. Pastor Jeff, I'm sorry. He said, how's it going, guys? I agree with the Sting versus Triple H at Mania deal. This was just Vince's ego showing through here. Sting should have gone over. Could Jericho or Ziggler be in the devil mask? Thanks, Pastor Jeff. What do you think about that, expert
I've
here?
heard yeah, so yeah, we appreciate the comment. Ziggler, like I think it could be Ziggler because I think like it would be cool, but like, dude, you think I feel like if they take the mask off and it's Ziggler, people are gonna be like, oh, like no one's gonna like, you know what I mean? Like,
If it's Dolph Ziggler, this is me. Like, I don't care. Why would that be interesting? Explain this to me.
yeah,
Why? Could it be Jericho? Why?
people, and the funny thing is that people are
I'm just
saying,
asking Pastor Jeff. I'm just trying to figure out like what would Jericho's
yeah, no, people are doing all these like math problems on CM Punk's from
They're
CM
doing
Punk's.
math problems.
CM Punk posted like his workout, and it was like how long he ran for, his heart rate, and people are doing like adding and dividing to see that he's gonna be there.
Tonight.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be there.
Okay, we're in LA. So
Samoa
what
Joe, maybe he wrestles with him in the tag championship, loses, and it's him.
well, they painted this whole picture that MJF has no friends.
I think it'll be Jack Perry. I think that's who it's gonna be. Right? It just has to be.
Right. So does that set up a Jack? So the problem that I'm seeing here is they've thrown so much at MJF. They've got Samoa Joe. They've got Wardlow.
Well, he's in like
They're gonna
10
do now.
storylines.
They're gonna do Jack Perry. So he's gonna have
Yeah.
like everybody gunning for him, and it is. I guess it's marking a year this weekend that MJF has had the title.
Yeah. I think if for some any reason MJF loses today, it's because someone costed him. Well, I because I feel like
Perry
yeah, I
or
mean
Britt Baker.
yeah, see that makes sense. It really does make sense. I wouldn't. That's pretty
Jesus.
cool. That,
I
that's a,
like
that's
the Britt Baker
that's a
idea.
good theory. I like that one.
So just you're saying you do not believe Punk is coming here, but you do believe he might show up at Survivor Series.
I still think there's an outside chance he shows up.
Okay, Pastor Jeff just said Jericho would actually make sense because he's also been about boosting his ego. Jack Perry doesn't seem to be the obvious choice, but Jericho would be a swerve that would work. I can see it being Jericho.
Honestly, if it is Jericho, it'd be a surprise to me. I would be
Yeah, I
shocked.
would be like, but what's
Yeah.
Jericho? So he's just mad?
Yeah, just to get another title shot. I just hope it's not because I can't which for
Who
Jericho.
who are the people beating everybody up then? If it's not the Gun Club, which we're saying it's not,
Yeah.
so then who are those people? Just stagehands, or are they being revealed to be Dolph Ziggler and friends? Like, what is that?
Imagine it's just all of them, like Ali, Dolph Ziggler, like all those guys who got released. That wouldn't be bad.
That would be a cool idea.
Yeah, like they're
The
like a group.
defectors
Yeah, they're released. That's their name.
released. I don't know, but you're telling me there's bets going on of who's in the match.
Yeah, they have like betting odds on these apps that you can bet on. Like CM Punk is like the third favorite to be at Survivor Series. He's like has okay odds to go to be there.
So we're still just pivoting to that for a minute. We are still saying Randy Orton is going to join the Cody team.
I think on Friday on SmackDown they're going to
announce it next Friday on SmackDown.
because I heard that they want to. They're 100% announcing who it is, if whether it's him or I heard Kevin Owens is a very good option too. Yeah, which I just feel like it makes sense, due to the storyline, but they're 100% revealing it on Fridays to limit any CM Punk rumors. Like if they don't want to go into Survivor Series, like 4 guys and one more, they already want to know, so they don't so they're not screaming CM Punk, and it's not him, and everyone's booing. You know what I mean? So that's Fightful said they're gonna announce who it is on Friday.
And who else are we not thinking of?
I think it's Randy Orton or Kevin Owens. I don't think it's I see that because the thing is I don't think it's gonna be CM. Even if CM Punk is there, he's not gonna be in that match.
Pastor Jeff has another comment for us. Jericho's always been somewhat of a crybaby. He wants the spotlight all to himself. Look at how he was towards Austin Rock, HBK, Triple H. He wants to be the center of attention.
True.
But isn't he more like a good guy now?
Yeah, that's the only reason I think it wouldn't be it probably won't happen.
Right. So
So did they announce because I missed the last like hour of SmackDown I missed yesterday, but I saw like on my phone. Did they announce who the last woman is? Is it Becky Lynch?
I don't know because I fell asleep.
I think I'm pretty
Was
sure
it
they
Becky
announced.
Lynch? Because I still thought it was Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was kind of
Not
upset.
Jade Cargill?
I think I would have seen that.
But I saw her name. I think it is Jade Cargill, right?
Yeah, it's Becky Lynch.
It is Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah, they announced it yesterday. So it's Becky, Shotzi, Charlotte, and Bianca against Damage Control, which I like Asuka with them now. It's pretty
I like
cool.
Asuka with them too. Ziggler, Pastor Jeff says Ziggler would also make sense because this would be a chance for Tony Khan to rub it in Vince's face that he now has one of his former world champions working for him.
I think I could see Ziggler. I really could.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't. Moving on to WWE for a second. Sadly, everyone saw Rey Mysterio got surgery, so
I want to talk about Santos Escobar's moment last night, which was actually good.
and now
I,
they're fighting on the pay-per-view.
I really liked him. They gave him new music. He had a new look, came out, he did his thing. I just wanted him to say more that he was pissed at Ray for taking the title shot from him. He mentioned it a little bit, but that whole part of it was never really fleshed out.
Yeah.
Or like, but he still left the brass knuckles. I mean, I don't get that he's playing up just that he's upset about Carlito. He was against Ray.
I think they're only doing that just because they know Ray's not going to be there for a while, so they got to start pushing this Carlito feud, and that. So that's why they're fighting at the PLE. But that's I think him as a heel is definitely where they had to be because he's like a natural heel to me.
He's a great heel.
I love being a face always felt really forced and like cringy.
Yeah, you just said it. It always felt cringy.
Yeah.
And now I feel like, oh,
it feels natural. Like it feels natural. Like
natural,
he's just
and he's really good at it, and I'm like into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I care about Carlito and him.
I'm excited just because I haven't seen Carlito wrestle
in a while. Right?
Yeah. I just don't like that. I feel like they're gonna have Carlito like job out to him because like he needs like to start being a bigger guy, Santos. So it's like whatever. But I'm sure Carlito doesn't care.
Pastor Jeff, and I do agree with us. He's saying Shotzi's going to be the weakest link in the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shotzi just kind of like throw in.
Shotzi doesn't fit.
That's the whole thing. Like Asuka, Bailey, Kairi Sane, Io Skye, they're powerhouses. You got Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Bianca, and then Shotzi. Like imagine it was Becky Lynch, Bianca, Charlotte, and Jade.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Is it gonna be Jade? Because I'm reading these rumors. Is she Jade is show up?
She's not showing up.
It says update on Jade Cargill.
Yeah, Becky Lynch showed up at SmackDown yesterday.
Becky Lynch says she's got a lot of work to do. Cargill has said that facing Bianca Belair in the main event at WrestleMania. How'd she get? So that's what they're going to do?
She has to finish the story.
Bianca's story? So Bianca never turned heel.
She's not going to.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I've already put that to the side.
All right, hold on. We need to talk about the Drew McIntyre heel turn, which I'm happy about. So, Drew, do you think Drew and Rhea are going to have like make Dominic jealous?
I never thought about that. That could happen. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah.
And then I think there'll be internal problems with Dominic and Rhea over.
I think that I just like the power. The Judgment Day is so powerful right now. It's like, when are they gonna finally get rid of someone? You know what I mean? Like, is Drew part of the Judgment Day? Is he just wrestling with them for Survivor Series? Like,
did they announce that Drew is wrestling with him yet in Survivor Series?
They haven't officially announced it yet, but that's
coming.
Yeah.
And then, wouldn't the person that leaves Judgment Day be Damian Priest? And so
whenever someone does leave, it's gonna be them. It's gonna be him.
So the card at Survivor Series, it seems like there's two big, the men and the women 4-on-4, right?
Well, the men is gonna be
Cody.
It's gonna be 5-on-5 when they
5-on-5. I'm sorry, right? Yeah. and the
But
one
the men's is 4. The women's is 4-4.
4. So other than those two, those are the only like big group matches.
Then
There's
you got
then you've got like the singles matches, right?
yeah, the women's championship,
Rhea versus Zoe Stark.
Miz and Gunther.
Who?
The Miz and Gunther.
How did that happen? Like, I don't see the Miz even for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to win.
No. And then Carlito and Escobar.
Pastor Jeff agrees with me that it could work. Drew and Rhea making Dom jealous. Dom would end up leaving Judgment Day and join Santos. That's interesting. Because remember, he said last night, I agree with you, Dominic, about your father.
Yeah. 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 It says here.
I think that's great because I think they could be a team, an evil team.
Yeah. And you saw Dom and Logan Paul talking to each other, which I think is pretty funny.
Talk to me about Ray though, real quick. So he had knee surgery, and he was already injured before they did the other week when he rammed his leg into the.
Yeah, they said he's had a torn meniscus for like 6 months, and just never got the surgery. And they finally wrote him off so he can get it. So that could be why they were delaying the whole thing because they knew they couldn't do his long storyline.
I think you're right.
But now he gets injured, he comes back maybe at some point, and then the WrestleMania match is Santos versus Ray, just like straight up.
Pastor Jeb saying, I do believe Priest will leave because the Money in the Bank case is going to cause jealousy between Damian and Finn. Right.
Yeah.
But he's got to actually do something with it.
Who do you think benefits the most from a win in that match, the Judgment Day versus the babyface team? I think Judgment Day has to win.
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's showing that they are just this huge force.
Yeah.
And if you throw Drew in there too, they're just unstoppable.
If it's Kevin Owens that joins, I think Judgment Day wins. If Randy Orton does come back after almost 2 years, I think he has to be the one that wins.
I think if it's a Randy thing. Now, tell me what happens if it's CM Punk.
See, I just don't. I literally think I think there's a 0% chance. If he shows up, it's just showing up. I don't think he's gonna wrestle.
Like, oh my God, CM Punk's here, right?
Like literally, like when they had Bray Wyatt come out and then just ended the show. I think that's what it would be. I think he ends the show if he's there, says I'm back, and then it just cuts to black.
It cut,
and then that's it. Then you just leave it. Then you can have him not show up for freaking 2 months if you don't want.
Right, and then you don't have to have a deal with him. He just came for like one night,
and then at some point,
at
some point he'll be back or whatever.
It's like CM Punk's here, and then you go to black. It's like nothing.
It would be insane.
That'd be insane. Now it says Pastor Jeff says Ray may be out till Rumble for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they said around they're expecting like 6 months.
No, knee surgery is like 9.
No, but it was only a meniscus, so it was
only a meniscus tear?
Yeah, it was just that.
Poor Bailey, she can't even. What's happened to Bailey?
Yeah.
I also really hated last night on SmackDown. I couldn't stand listening to Paul Heyman. I couldn't stand the John Cena discussion about how Solo he can't talk anymore because of how many Samoan spikes he took. I just went on so long, it just felt going on and on and on. I'm like, what is the point? And all I kept thinking during it is, where's Roman? Where's Roman? Where's Roman? Like it just feels like such filler.
When he's not on the show, it's so like SmackDown is so much worse than Raw. Like, I'm just tired of not having a champion that's on the show. It's like really annoying. It's like stupid.
It's really annoying. And
I'm not sure if you saw. They announced that Fightful at least, that Lesnar's gonna be back for Rumble time. So I wonder what they're gonna start doing with him, who he's gonna feud with. I would love to see Lesnar Gunther at Rumble.
I would think Lesnar Gunther
has to be what they're doing.
That has to be where it's going. And
people want Lesnar to be the one that beats him just because they need a credible loss for Gunther. Like he can't hold it for this long and lose to like Chad Gable. You know what I mean? Like he has to.
and I wanted to say, when we first met, what I really appreciated about your way of how you interpret that is like you get how good a wrestler Gunther is.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
He's
Yeah,
an amazing, I mean, one of the
yeah,
best. I could actually see him eventually being a face.
yeah. I could see that. And he does so many interviews too. He like does a lot of media, which a lot of guys usually don't do.
Had you talked to him ever? I
Oh, so
never
that was the day that was SummerSlam. He was the only guy I didn't get, and his line was out the door. Like you couldn't even get next to him.
weren't when excuse me, but when we were at WrestleMania, wasn't he in there too and had a line?
He
Who was there?
he was with Imperium. It was all of them. It was together.
Oh, right. It was a
Yeah,
huge line. It
yeah.
was
No, both times the line was way too long. He's like the top guy right now. He's honestly more like big. He's bigger right now than I think Seth. I think he's the main champion on Raw. Like I think he's like you know what I mean. But
okay.
he
Pastor Jeff has a thought. I'm gonna read. The War Games for the women may have damage control turning on Bailey. We might also see them turning on Dakota because Dakota tries to defend Bailey. I see DC coming down to just Kari and Asuka. Wait. Oh, Kari, Asuka, and Io.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I've
Bailey?
heard that they wanted that they think they're gonna turn heel on Bailey. So I mean, I don't know when that's gonna happen. It's kind of like Judgment Day.
And then he said, Pastor Jeff says, pull Dom out of War Games and put Drew in his place. There's your spot to start the jealousy between Dom and Drew with Rhea defending Drew.
That's actually not bad. That's a good one.
Pastor Jeff.
If they're like, we don't want to add a fifth, we're like, you gotta take someone out, and she was like, all right, Drew's in for you. Like, I don't want you to get hurt or something like that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
I think that is how they need to play this.
yeah.
And then I could actually see him leaving Judgment Day and going with Santos.
So you think I was gonna say, do you think there's any chance that because I love Dom, I think he's a good wrestler too. I think he's good.
The best,
Do
yeah.
you think there's any chance they can do something at some point where he ends up turning face and the crowd actually likes him, or are they always gonna boo him?
I don't know. The way they do it now is so
Yeah,
funny. They're piping in, aren't they
yeah.
piping
I
booze?
mean, I heard they're not. I heard it's that loud.
I heard that it's really that loud.
I mean, when I was at Backlash, you couldn't hear a word he was saying.
Hey, also, speaking of Backlash, did you see it's going to be in France?
That's pretty cool. The first
So
time ever.
that's where we need to go.
That first
Like
time ever. And
that would be,
I would love to go there.
I
That's
would
like
love to go there.
dying.
That would be
It's
amazing.
a few weeks before my birthday too, so that would be cool.
When is your birthday?
It's like the third week of May. Yeah, and it's in the beginning of May. So
I would love to go to France
yeah,
and back.
when I saw that, I was like, oh my god,
France.
that's pretty cool.
So they're going to Australia for uh which one
Um,
is Australia?
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, which
They're
is
going to
after Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then they're going to Berlin for that new one. Bash at Berlin is a new Paoli. Then they're going to France, and I think there's another one that they announced.
Boy, they're making it really hard for us journalists. We have to go
No,
like
I know, right? And they're going back to Canada for another one. So
the good news, for you is that WrestleMania is in Philadelphia.
yeah, it's right. It's so easy.
So
It's right
that's so
there.
perfect.
Yeah, it's the
Um,
biggest one. I don't have to travel. Last year I traveled a lot. This year I get to chill and drive.
chill
Like
and
you
drive.
drive. Yeah.
Drive. Yeah, I think we're gonna come back. We need to have there's more. This is a big week. So we have to figure out
I think we should definitely go over at some point.
we gotta go over what happens tonight.
Yeah, and then on Raw, see if
And
anything happens with
Monday's
Judgment Day.
Raw.
And then we'll do another prediction show, probably maybe after Friday or Saturday morning or whatever before the thing. Because I'm sure they're gonna announce everything on Friday. So
I know it's hard for us. Here's our problem. We have to have more. Hey, everybody, we're trying to find consistency in when
yeah,
we do shows.
yeah.
So we just
There's
have
so
to.
many shows. It's like, wait, when do you want to get it's like when do we get everything in? You know what I mean?
We wanted it, but just to tell everybody, we really want to do prediction shows, which we think is a good idea. Like I
Yeah.
think it's good that we predicted it, and I bet We're gonna have to tally how we did tonight.
Oh yeah, that's why like it's gonna be cool. So we'll tally it, see how
We'll
it
have to
goes.
see how we did when we come back on our next episode. We'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we are so stupid.
Or
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 it's like
you're 100% correct.
we should be working for the show.
Okay, your final prediction. I'm giving you one last time. Who's going to be the double mask? Who's your final? Who are you going with?
Michael Fairman.
Wait, you all need to watch this tonight.
Please watch today.
Please watch tonight.
No, I think I say my last guess is I'll go with Britt Baker. I'll do Britt Baker.
Such a great pick.
I like that. I'm gonna go
I
with
love that idea. That's so brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Jack Perry.
Yeah.
But I could be completely stupid.
We'll see. We're gonna see. We'll see what goes on, what happens today.
And you don't think it's Adam Cole?
I don't think it can be. I just don't think it's possible. He's like,
but if they show him on a video, or you think so wait, sorry everybody. The end of the show has got to be then what you're saying. A real live person is going to come out in the match.
Yeah, they're gonna cost somebody. Yeah, they're gonna cost someone the match.
So we don't know.
It's gonna be like the Shield. Yeah. And then someone's gonna take the mask off. But it has to be someone that gets the crowd like excited because it's like they played up to it so much.
Okay, Pastor Jeff just said, here's a thought. What if it's Sue Young? Lots of laughs. Who's Sue Young?
I'm not sure.
Sorry, Pastor Jeff. We don't know who that is. Okay. So whoever comes out of the mask is going to cost somebody the match, right?
That's what I think.
Right. And you do think Dolph Ziggler's coming?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, everybody. This has been great. Make sure to watch tonight AEW Full Gear on pay-per-view, or I think Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
You can do it that way, or on pay-per-view, like I'm going to watch it. Even though I'm in LA, I'm going to watch it at home. I kind of like watching it and seeing the announcement. See everything.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a great night of wrestling. And then we have a lot coming up with Survivor Series next weekend and predictions and everything else. All right, Luis.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you.